Hello everyone, we're here today to talk about some big blue boys. I'm joined by Kyle.
The biggest of blue boys.
The biggest of blue boys. The closing reveal of Ubisoft Forward, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. As I was saying before we were recording, I was unexpectedly hyped for this. I got actual goosebumps watching this trailer purely because I'm like such a huge fan of Avatar. But yeah, this and this was the only thing I watched live during the conference. But Ubisoft Massive, who are the developers behind The Division, are going to be making this first-person open world game. I was surprised by the first-person aspect, but Kyle,
Not surprised by open world though, were you? Of course it
not
fucking
by
is.
not open world, first person. But you hyped, Kyle?
I honestly, first person, that is weird. Actually, the more I think about it, that is really weird. Like, what's the point in that? Don't know if hyped's the word. I remember the old Avatar game. You know, the 2009
I
one.
remember that as well.
It was actually alright. That game was okay. It's a very strange game to have as your last review, purely because the situation that Avatar is in is just like one of the strangest. It's just one of the strangest like cultural milestones ever, because it's just like the biggest film ever made, but like nobody apart from Aiden really cares about it. But then it's also got like this huge theme park at Disney World, so clearly like it's, you know, like clearly there is something there, and there's
value
like,
in
and there's
the
like
kind of
6
brand.
sequels in development that will be coming quite soon. I think 2 are definitely coming. They've planned like 6. What baffles me is if Avatar 2 comes out and it's just like this flop and nobody cares. That's the dogs barking because they know I'm talking about Avatar. If like if like Avatar 2 comes out and it's somehow like a flop, and it's just like, even if it makes a lot of money, folk are like, this is a bit shit. No, and then it's like, oh well, we've bottled it, and then Avatar the game's just kind of there like, fuck, what do we do? But I mean, from the trailer's obviously just like a kind of very CGI, like, oh look at this, it's Avatar. It looks very pretty. I'll give it that. I just know I'm not personally that invested in the world of Avatar. I would have taken a Titanic game if we're doing like a James Cameron adaptation, but yeah.
I think 2022, which is when this was kind of slated for release, is going to be a big year for Avatar. Obviously, like people, I know, like I get why people would slag Avatar, because it's not the most original film. Then it's also like it's been over a decade since that movie came out. What is the demand for a sequel? Blah blah blah. Do we need this many? Blah blah blah. But when Avatar first came out, you know, obviously it set the world on fire because it became the biggest film ever, right? I think it's going to be the same when people see that first trailer, when people get to see the first gameplay of this as well. Like, I think the Avatar brand is going to be like, you know, some hot shit once again. But I'm very excited for this. I am not convinced with the first person thing. I would have really liked the third person open world game, but I'm curious to see how far they lean into like maybe RPG elements and stuff like this, or is it like online?
It's gonna be a fucking Assassin's Creed, man. It's gonna be first person Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. It's gonna be Far Cry. It's gonna be Far. I don't trust Ubisoft to do anything. Like, that's why I'm glad that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is just basically dead, because that sequel was not gonna be what Beyond Good and Evil was gonna be. It was gonna be fucking Watch Dogs or Far Cry, but I don't know. Maybe this. I mean, we keep saying that maybe Ubisoft have learned their lesson, but then also they've not, because like Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed sold like hot shit last year. So they're, again, like, why would they cut the formula when the formula makes them money very well? So I don't know. It's just, I mean, like, I don't think it's, you know, I'm not like, oh my god, what, Avatar? And I'm not. It's not that much of a shock. It is like I said, it's one of the biggest films ever made. It's not like they're adapting fucking like Troll 2 or something. And like, this is our new open world game. Like, it's just, I mean, I guess it's strange. It would be less strange, I think, if Avatar movie was like the Avatar sequel had a release date of like this year or something, and we'd seen a trailer. It's just the fact that this is the first Avatar thing we've seen in nearly 12 years is very weird. I think that's maybe what a lot of the like, what the fuck.
I also didn't expect, like you kind of briefly mentioned, it is a weird one to close out the show on. because I think this is for a lot of people at least. It's not going to be like a oh my god. It's going to be like a all right.
Yeah.
See what that's like. So that's like a start the show, like a good starter to the show, but they closed it on it. I think that maybe shows like how confident they possibly are in it. I'm really curious to see how the kind of details of how the game will play, blah blah blah. But like, I think talking about like Ubisoft formula stuff, I think the benefit we have here with this is that it's got a pre-existing lore to it.
Yeah, true.
You know, so it's coming in and it's not making a game around the Ubisoft mechanics. It's making a Ubisoft, fitting Ubisoft mechanics into a pre-existing world, which could be different. I think there's a possibility that could maybe slightly change. And then obviously massive are developing this. I don't know if that means that maybe it's going to be leaning more towards like an online kind of title. And it also does mean that the Division 3 is not, and probably not in development at this point, unless another studio's taking it up. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine you and your mates going on like the epic mountain pass thing to get your Banshee? Like in the movies, you're climbing up the vines and stuff. Like all you and your mates, and then one of your wee pals just misses and he falls and he's dead, and that's it. You got to continue on. I think for me, like I am.
You're projecting like fuck, mate.
I know. but I think it's kind of like what Alien Isolation was to me as well. Like like I am such a big fan of the world, and I think that going into it, and if you just Alien done it right, where it was like you're gonna hear the sound of those vents open, and you're gonna see the flicker of the lights. You're gonna see that wee bulb that dips in and out of the water. Like that is all I really needed. That just happened to be a good game as well, but that's all I really needed from Alien Isolation. And I think it will probably be the same for this. Because it seems weird, right? Because I know people shit on it, but it's like Avatar kinda was almost like a cinematic awakening for me. I just went in. I knew nothing about Avatar when I saw it. Like I literally just like went in one day and I was like, there's a sci-fi one, cool. And then yeah, mate, blew my
it's in
mind.
fucking 3D, man.
Blew my wee 12-year-old
Birds are coming out the screen.
Yeah, IMAX 3D was unreal. It was so good. I'm telling you, mate. But anyway, yeah, that's Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. Let us know if you're excited for the Blue Folk. And what would you rather it be? Would you rather it be a single player open world RPG kind of thing, or would you rather
want a fucking sports game
online?
I want like imagine the gameplay and it's just FIFA Street.
like all these different weird Navi specific sports, like
Cut
Banshee
supports
racing
Connect, mate.
Yes, this is going to be the actual final iteration of Milo.
I'm glad that game
Avatar.
tie-in, film tie-ins are coming back a wee bit. I know it's not like a full film tie-in, but it's quite. We've obviously had like Avengers, got Hogwarts Legacy and stuff. I don't know. I've always been a kind of a, although they're usually quite shit. It's like I think
I can enjoy
sometimes
that stuff.
like if you're a huge fan of a film, it's always cool to have like even stuff like Spider-Man 2 is a great game, but Spider-Man 2 was just so cool when you were a kid because it's like, oh my god, this is my favourite film, and like this is me in that world.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're running up the side of the Avengers Tower, you're like, that's that thing I've seen in all the movies. Like Thingy's in there, or Doctor Strange in his wee place with his window. Like, oh,
his wee place with his wee window.
I love how I'm like going in detail about Avatar stuff, but then I'm like Doctor Strange's wee window, didn't he?
Wee window, the wee thing with the eye.
But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 100. We're creeping. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So, thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.